What if I handed you $1 million every single day starting today? Sounds like unlimited wealth, right? But here's the shocking part. You still wouldn't be able to afford the most valuable thing humans have ever created or discovered. So let's take a journey through the world's greatest treasures and watch how expensive completely changes meaning. Close your eyes for a second and imagine you're holding a brand new $100 bill. Now imagine stacking those bills until the pile is taller than your house. It feels like an unbelievable amount of money. But as incredible as that sounds, we're only getting started. Let's begin with something far more personal. You. The materials inside your body, things like oxygen, carbon, calcium, and iron, aren't particularly rare on their own. They're found all over Earth. But here's what makes this fascinating. If I scattered every one of those elements across a table, they wouldn't suddenly become a human being. Life isn't just a collection of ingredients. It's the way they're organized, constantly repairing themselves, breathing, thinking, and adapting every second. That's something no factory on Earth can simply assemble. Now let's step into a museum. Picture yourself standing behind a crowd, everyone quietly staring at a single painting. The canvas isn't magical. The paint isn't made of gold. Yet people fly across continents just to spend a few seconds looking at it. Why? Because stories create value. History creates value. Rarity creates value. The object didn't become priceless overnight. The meaning attached to it did. The same thing happens in nature. Imagine picking up two ordinary-looking rocks. One is common enough to find on a hiking trail. The other formed under extraordinary pressure deep inside the earth over billions of years. To your eyes they may seem similar, but their journey couldn't be more different. That's what people are really paying for, the impossible journey behind the object. But here's where the scale changes completely. Think about standing in the middle of a major city. Every building around you exists because the land beneath it became valuable long before the buildings were constructed. History has shown that sometimes the smartest investment isn't what you build, it's simply where you stand. Now imagine looking up at the night sky. Hundreds of miles above your head, engineers from different countries built a laboratory that orbits Earth at nearly 17,500 miles per hour. Every bolt, every wire, every module had to work perfectly in one of the harshest environments imaginable. It's a reminder that humanity's greatest achievements often happen when people work together instead of apart. But even that isn't the end of our journey. Scientists have spent decades creating one of the rarest substances ever produced, antimatter. Imagine spending enormous amounts of energy and using machines the size of buildings just to produce an amount so tiny you couldn't even see it with your own eyes. That's how incredibly difficult it is. Its value doesn't come from luxury. It comes from knowledge. Every tiny particle helps scientists understand how our universe began and why anything exists at all. And maybe that's the biggest lesson. The most valuable things aren't always the ones you can hold in your hand. Sometimes they're the ideas that expand human knowledge, rewrite history, and change the way we see our place in the universe. If this journey changed the way you think about value, subscribe for more stories that turn everyday questions into extraordinary discoveries.